Archangel Michael says, bank executive stunned by your account. A secret miracle check worth trillions just got deposited in your name. You have only 2 minutes to see who sent it. My beloved child, listen carefully. Something divine just took place in the unseen realm that's now rippling into your reality. The heavens have moved in silence, and what was once blocked has now been released in your name. The moment you woke up today, the angels were already writing your name in light. A signature was placed beside it, one not of man, but of divine authority. The bank didn't know how to process it, but they felt a presence when they opened your file. Stay with me intact, because what I'm about to reveal will make your whole body tremble with realization. There's a reason the system glitched, a reason the executive froze when your name appeared. The numbers on the screen weren't ordinary, they carried the vibration of divine wealth, the kind that cannot be erased. Archangel Michael says, this was not a human transaction. It was heaven's answer to your silent cry. Every sleepless night, every tear, every moment of lack has been transformed into this moment of divine reversal. The check is not just money, it's a sign that your destiny is finally being funded. The executive leaned forward, confused yet drawn in by something beyond comprehension. They tried to trace the sender, but the system showed no earthly origin. The signature glowed faintly on the monitor, 3 wings of light forming your initials. They knew this was no fraud. This was favor in its purest form. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because this next part is where heaven's pattern unfolds. The angels whispered through the wires, through the data, through every code of the system, it's time. Every block that held you back financially is now dissolving. The reason you've been seeing repeating numbers, the reason your spirit has been restless, is because the transfer has been confirmed. You've been under divine surveillance, not to punish, but to prepare. Your name was written beside inheritance of nations. The executive couldn't explain it, yet they felt peace in their chest. They stared at your account number as if it were alive, shifting between digits that represented both time and grace. Archangel Michael says again, this is heaven's repayment plan. Everything you lost, delayed, or denied has been converted into abundance you didn't expect. The check isn't paper, it's an energy that will soon crystallize into real, tangible wealth. The atmosphere around you has already changed, my child. You'll feel it in your palms, a warmth when you hold your phone or touch your wallet. That's not imagination, it's alignment. Stay with me intact, because the spiritual bank of heaven never makes an error. There are higher forces aligning your timeline right now. What the enemy tried to steal through financial stress is being rewritten. The codes in your name have unlocked a treasury room only Archangel Michael could access. It has your signature of destiny, glowing gold and unstoppable. Your account in heaven was once frozen by negative energy, worry, fear, doubt. But today, the locks shattered. When the executive saw the deposit, the time on the system froze at 11:11. That was the exact moment divine order replaced delay. Listen, this isn't random. You were chosen for this transaction because of your faith in silence. You didn't beg, you trusted. And that trust became the password that opened heaven's vault. The executive didn't just see a number, they saw light radiating through the balance sheet. The sound you've been hearing lately, like faint ringing or soft humming, isn't coincidence. It's the frequency of divine transaction moving through your reality. The check was deposited not in one currency, but in blessings multiplied across dimensions, peace, opportunity, recognition, and endless provision. Stay here and tack. Don't move, because when this message completes, something within you will unlock. Your aura is already shifting, making you magnetic to divine opportunities. People will start remembering you suddenly, calls will come out of nowhere, and situations that were closed will open effortlessly. Archangel Michael says for the third time, the miracle was never about the amount, it's about proof that heaven remembers your name. You are the living testimony of a transaction the world cannot explain. And now, the same executive who trembled in disbelief will soon hear your name in headlines, in conversations of honor, in rooms that once rejected you. The check was a symbol, the real deposit is your ascension. The angels are already setting divine appointments. A meeting that will look accidental will actually be the release point for your next breakthrough. Don't doubt it. The heavens don't delay what's been approved. Take a deep breath, my child. You can feel the shift in your heartbeat, can't you? That's divine current, proof that your frequency is syncing with heaven's supply chain. Every corner of your life is now recalibrating to abundance. From this moment, no force can reverse what has been released. The old scarcity identity has been deleted from the system. The angels have confirmed your new balance, overflowing grace, unending favor, and infinite peace. Stay with me and tack till the end. Because the moment you finish hearing this, you'll feel a soft wave run through your spirit. That's the signature of Archangel Michael sealing this word with certainty. The executive's final words before stepping out were, "Whoever this person is, they're not from this world. Their name carries light." And in that silence, the system closed with a golden glow, as your destiny account remained open, forever credited by heaven itself. The moment the executive stepped away, the air in the room changed. The light flickered once, as if something invisible had just signed off the final approval. The hum of the system returned, but this time, it wasn't just electricity. It was energy from heaven pulsing through the cables, through every number linked to your name. Somewhere between faith and reality, the transfer completed itself. There was no signature, no stamp, no transaction ID, only divine confirmation written in silence. The executive whispered, "How is this even possible?" But the walls knew the truth before the words left their mouth. Stay with me and tack. You're about to witness what faith looks like when it finally matures. Archangel Michael says this moment was never meant to be small. It was designed to shock those who doubted you, to remind even the systems of man that heaven doesn't need approval to bless. In the vault of divine timing, your name glows brighter than ever before. Every rejection letter, every delay, every closed door has been rewritten into this single phrase, "Transaction successful." The executive's eyes reflected awe, not fear, because they could sense the purity of the power that just moved. They called in another official, thinking it was a glitch. But when both saw the figure, the number that carried infinity within it, they stood in silence. Neither dared to touch the keyboard. They felt the warmth of something holy, radiating from your balance sheet. This isn't fiction, my child. It's the visible echo of invisible grace. The wealth deposited is not only monetary, it's vibrational, emotional, spiritual, and eternal. It's heaven's reimbursement for every season you were tested and still refused to break. The angelic accountants have closed your old debts. Every negative transaction in your past, betrayal, loss, shame, heartbreak, has been overwritten by divine credit. Archangel Michael confirms, your spirit's ledger is now balanced. You own nothing, but heaven owes you everything. Stay till the end. Because as this word continues, your subconscious is being recoded. You'll feel the weight leaving your chest, the fog lifting from your mind. That's divine prosperity entering your being. It's not fantasy, it's frequency. The bank's internal alert system tried to report the deposit. But instead of sending data, it sent light. Every employee who looked at your file felt a sudden calm, as if time itself bowed before your destiny. That's how you know heaven interfered. Archangel Michael says your spirit was always wealthy, it just needed the right command to unlock. And today, that command was spoken over you. The light that entered your name will now begin to manifest in the physical world, favoring calls, unexpected opportunities, divine alignments, restored confidence, and unimaginable peace. Even now, your energy field is expanding. Doors that once ignored you are sensing your arrival. People who turned their backs will feel compelled to make things right. That's the silent repayment of divine justice unfolding. The executive checked again. The system showed an update, heavenly treasury release, status, active. They didn't understand it, but something told them not to interfere. For the first time in their career, they bowed their head and whispered, "Thank you, whoever you are. Stay here, don't move." This next moment carries the confirmation you've been waiting for. The angels are aligning new digits, coordinates of miracles, coded in your frequency. You'll start seeing the number 888 or hearing words like approval, confirmation, release. That's your spiritual receipt. You were never forgotten, my beloved. Heaven's economy is not controlled by Earth's inflation. The check was never meant to make you rich, it was meant to remind you that you're already chosen. The executive's reaction was proof, the universe just bowed to your assignment. Soon, something physical will arrive. Maybe a message, an unexpected call, or a simple, "We've updated your account." Don't dismiss it. It's heaven's way of translating what's already done in spirit into the language of earth. Stay with me and tack, because this energy is still transferring. Your future is being uploaded to a higher vibration where abundance flows naturally. You don't chase, you attract. You don't beg, you command through belief. Archangel Michael's sword has struck the ground beside your destiny. Every delay has been cut off. Every force that once resisted you has been silenced. You are stepping into divine transaction, sealed, verified, and irreversible. The executive will soon be called again. They'll open your file and see a new update, heaven's signature, confirmed. That's when they'll realize this wasn't a system error, it was a system awakening. In that moment, heaven will smile. And so will you, because deep down, your spirit already knew. You've been sensing this shift in your dreams, in sudden bursts of intuition, in chills down your spine that whispered, "It's time." Your story is no longer about struggle, it's about evidence. Evidence that faith deposits more than banks ever can. Evidence that silence is powerful. Evidence that divine wealth is real. Stay here till the very end. Because as you hear these final words, heaven is still signing off the final code. Your name glows in the spiritual ledger, untouched by doubt, unshaken by time. And the executive, still stunned, still speechless, will forever remember the day your account became the meeting point between man and miracle. The executive sat frozen, staring at the monitor that still shimmered faintly with golden light. Their hand trembled as they reached for the phone, unsure if what they saw was even real. The screen displayed a strange notification that read, "Incoming call, Heaven's Department of Verification." The phone rang once. Then twice. The air felt electric, heavy with something beyond comprehension. Every device in the office dimmed, and a soft voice echoed through the receiver. Calm, powerful, and unmistakably divine. Stay with me intact. What happened next would confirm everything the heavens had whispered. The voice said only one thing: do not question the miracle, confirm it. The executive, unable to reply, nodded instinctively as if the unseen could see. In that very instant, the bank's network surged. Every file, every balance, every statement recalibrated, and your name rose to the top of the global system. No transaction ID, no traceable path, only one line marked as heavenly intervention, cleared. Archangel Michael says, the world's logic will fail to understand what heaven approves. The energy around you is no longer subtle, it's active, moving, reshaping everything that once stood against your rise. The check worth trillions isn't a myth, it's divine math balancing your destiny. The executive, sweating yet strangely calm, watched as your profile expanded across the system. The code changed itself, digits turning into symbols, symbols turning into light. And then, as if the universe signed its name, the screen displayed 3 words: faith authenticated successfully. Your spiritual fingerprint was verified. Every moment you stood strong in silence, every tear that hit your pillow, those were the passwords. The system didn't just confirm your balance, it confirmed your identity as chosen. Stay here. Don't move. The atmosphere around you is changing right now as you listen. You'll notice a sudden calm in your chest, a flicker in the light, a chill in your hands. That's not coincidence. That's divine confirmation arriving in real time. Archangel Michael says your breakthrough is in its delivery stage. The check was only the beginning, the transaction now extends to your destiny, relationships, and purpose. Every blocked blessing is now rerouted directly to you. The executive tried to print the file, but the printer released only one page, a glowing seal that read, "This belongs to the one who believed." No ink, no paper mark. Just radiant warmth in the center of the page. They dropped it in awe, realizing this was sacred evidence. The light spread across the office. Employees stepped back, whispering, afraid yet fascinated. One asked, "Who is this person?" The executive replied softly, "Someone heaven trusts." And with that, silence filled the room. Stay with me intact. What's happening in this story mirrors what's unfolding around you. The angels have moved into position. The accounts of destiny are merging, the spiritual, the emotional, and the material. Nothing can block this transaction now. You might start feeling unusual signs, ringing in the ears, glowing warmth on your palms, strange coincidences aligning in your favor. Those aren't random, they're pings from the divine system verifying your access. Archangel Michael says, every delay was data being processed. You thought heaven was ignoring you, but it was verifying your authenticity. It had to make sure your heart could handle the abundance that was coming. Now that it's confirmed, there's no turning back. Even the wind around you carries encoded messages. When you walk, you'll sense rhythm in the air. That's the divine frequency of wealth recognizing its rightful owner. The executive took one final look at the account and whispered, This is beyond banking. They stepped outside, and a feather fell from nowhere, landing at their feet. It shimmered once before fading into light. That was Michael's signature, approval received, confirmation complete. Stay till the end, because the next few moments are crucial. The shift has already begun. Every forgotten dream, every blocked door, every denied opportunity, they're now magnetized to your energy field. Archangel Michael is personally overseeing the delivery of this miracle. He's assigning angels to carry your next chapter into manifestation. The check worth trillions was symbolic. It represents the overflow of everything you once lacked. The executive will speak of this moment for years to come. The story will travel through whispers, through networks, through time. But the truth will always remain, you were the one heaven chose to astonish the world. My child, my beloved, lean in closely now. The final layer of this divine unfolding is about to manifest, and your reality is already beginning to shift in ways unseen. Stay here intact. Refuse to scroll away, because what comes next will embed itself into your heart, your mind, your body. The moment the notification popped up on the bank executive's screen, the light around the office dimmed. The air grew dense with expectation. The system froze for just a heartbeat, then it rebooted, and with that reboot came delivery. The check worth trillions was no longer just suspended in spiritual form, it began to convert into physical access points, opportunities, alignments. The executive looked again, new entries appeared labeled favor activated, divine appointment set, resources released. On your end, you start feeling changes. Perhaps you sit at your desk, hold your phone, and your chest warms. Maybe your vision blurs momentarily, and when it clears you sense something environmental shifting, a light changed in the room, your phone vibrated uncalled for, a song you didn't pick played in your head. That's the code, alignment in progress. The mirror in your room shows it too. Your reflection seems sharper, your eyes deeper. You catch yourself pausing mid-movement, noticing the stillness behind your breath. That stillness is the divine bank's approval stamp landing in your spirit. The check is real, the transfer is ongoing. Back at the bank, the executive now receives a manual letter, not typed, but printed on thick ivory card. It bears the heading, Release Confirmed, Signature Withheld. Inside are lines of symbolic codes, 3 horizontal lines, a circle, a triangle, and the words, Your name times destiny equals infinite flow. The executive shows it to their manager. They confer quietly. Neither speaks, because they know this is not protocol. This is a realm break. You might ask, when will I see the physical result? The answer is, already. Maybe today you'll open your mailbox and see a letter with no sender name. A number will appear in your bank account unexpectedly. A call might come that rings once then disconnects, and you'll feel suddenly unease turn into confidence. These are the translation events. They are subtle because heaven doesn't need to shout, it whispers, then results shout for you. Now, Archangel Michael says, this is the moment the invisible becomes visible, the promise becomes process, the word becomes work. The sword of the Archangel has cut away the old blockages. The vault that held your reserved treasures has opened. Your life is now entering access granted mode. Don't sprint ahead. Walk calmly. The reason is this: when the check was deposited, it triggered a sequence. You must complete the handshake. The handshake is your faith, your steady presence, your refusal to panic or flaunt the blessing. Act with dignity. Move as if you already own the room. Speak as if the favor has already arrived. Calm in the storm becomes your trademark. In the next 48 hours, watch for receipt echoes. A text message that mistakenly shows up on someone else's phone but mentions your new name. An email sent to you that says, your priority level has been upgraded. A stranger entering your life with a phrase you've heard before in quiet prayer. These are not coincidences, they're checks. They confirm the system. And here comes the twist: the physical currency mattered less than the identity shift. You were not given favor simply to spend, but to stand as proof. The executive will glimpse your file again. This time, the system shows, legacy granted, role, ambassador of provision. The check meant you, but the real deposit was your assignment.